Kirsten and that's Jeannie, and we're with Six Figure Business Coaching. We're also the co-creators of the Marketing VA Advantage. And on this conversation today, we're talking with you about things that can help you run your business more efficiently and more effectively and have more fun when you're running your business. Jeannie, would you like to introduce our guest today?
I would. I'm so excited. We have Heather Brice. She is a business and clarity coach who specializes in working with multi-passionate and creative coaches and service providers. She helps her clients make more money and impact without the overwhelm of too much online noise, using customized business strategies and intuitive guidance. And today she's going to talk to us about cracking our money code. And we're going to talk about some sacred money archetype things and all kinds of good stuff that's going to help you bring more money into your business. So thanks, Heather, for being here.
Thanks for having me. And this is so much fun. I work with clients a lot about how to find focus among many different passions and how to work from your zone of genius, which some people don't do. They think they're doing it, but they're not really doing it. And when I discovered Sacred Money Archetypes, it was almost like I knew my strengths, but I didn't know how to really leverage them and focus on them. Because a lot of new entrepreneurs, when I started out, I thought I had to do all the things. That was really overwhelming for someone who has business experience even. But like now that I'm running the show and doing all the things, it was like, there's not enough time. Once I found out what my money archetypes were, I was like, oh, this is what I know I'm good at. But guess what? I just get to concentrate on this now. I don't have to do all the things because it's not my strength.
Isn't it funny that like taking that assessment gave you permission to say, these are not only the things that I'm really good at, but they're the things I really enjoy. And if I spend most of my time and energy in here, then my business will be exponentially more successful and I will be a happier, more creative person because I'm doing what I love most of the time.
Yeah. Like I'm not great with always with the follow through and the little office tasks and the email this and email that. But like when it comes to like ideas, I could do it all day long. So the big things, the things that we're actually supposed to do as CEOs.
Do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what sacred money archetypes are?
They are similar to like money personalities. The person that leads Sacred Money Archetypes, Kendall Summerhawk, she has created them and also created a quiz that is basically foolproof. It's very detailed. She has always said the way you do money is the way you do all things. There's 8 different types. And every one is a combination of all of them, really. But we have a concentration of usually 3, like your top 3. So depending on what you're really good at, your zones of genius, you're going to find that makes sense when it says, yes, here it is. Here are your strengths. Here are your challenges. And through the program that I'm creating, we teach you how to avoid those challenges so you don't end up sabotaging yourself and how to use your strengths to your benefit so you can make the most out of what you're really good at.
Yeah, that's so important because I feel like we spend a lot of time trying to get better at things that we don't really want to get better at. And so it's this constant, oh, I know I need to do that, but I really don't want to do that. So then it falls down to the wayside. Then you get the guilt and you end up running around in circles with whatever the issue is. And once you can finally either outsource it or figure out how to make that happen, then all of that anxiety and all that pressure just goes away. You have a lot more clarity.
If I had a nickel for every time someone asks a question, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Because they told me I would make a lot of money doing it. But do you love it? No, but I know I can make a lot of money. Do you love it? No. So like, why are you not doing what you love? Because people can tell when you're not doing what you don't love. But when you're doing what you love, you're oozing that passion in that zone of genius and you're attracting your ideal clients because they can tell that you are the authority. They can tell that you love it. They can tell that you're passionate about it. So why do something that isn't fulfilling?
I think in the beginning, like people don't always know. You can even start a business doing something you absolutely love, but then realize you hate it from the perspective of which you have to do it. But you have to be a marketer because you have to market for clients, and you have to be a salesperson because you have to sell something to make money. And so being able to look at your strengths in those areas and realizing that everyone does have some level of strength in those areas, and then figuring out if you're not in love with those parts, to outsource it, to find a way to have someone else do that for you. But I think in the beginning, people don't even know that's an option. They don't have any idea. You don't know what you don't know.
And I feel like a lot of that happens to a lot of women, especially because we always feel like we're supposed to be great at everything. We're supposed to be able to take care, run a full-time business, take care of everything in the house, take care of the kid. Everything kind of falls on our shoulders, and we feel compelled to take care of everyone and everything. And that's just not realistic to stay in that place.
Yeah, I think that brings me to something right here, is the whole idea of being self-employed versus being an entrepreneur. They're two very different things. You can be self-employed where you have created a job that employs you and you do all the things, or you can look at your business as a business and start thinking about what is the highest and best use of my time and my skills and my passion, and then how do I find ways to bridge that gap to those other things by outsourcing or bringing on a team member or hiring like an accountant or things like that.
Absolutely. By knowing those, your strengths and your weaknesses, that's a great way to build a team. If you don't like sales, get a sales coach, get a sales team. You don't have to do that. Again, nobody has to be all of the things or all of the archetypes, which is amazing.
So tell us about a few more of the other archetypes, what they are.
I am an alchemist first, which again, income streams, money, ideas, all of the things like creative brain. Many alchemists are ADHD powered, which I am as well. Always looking for the next idea. Many entrepreneurs are alchemists though. So that's a little fun fact. And then I am also a nurturer. With nurture, we want to help and want to rescue. So we're very giving, which can be dangerous if you're trying to build a profitable business sometimes, because we just want to give. Also, I am a romantic. The romantic is not historically great with money. Romantic wants to enjoy the finer things. I always say, if you're going to go get a pedicure, you're going to get the massage with it. The waiter comes over and says, would you like this bottle of wine or this special bottle of wine? You're going to upgrade. So that is my romantic. Knowing how to work together while also being somewhat wise and thinking long-term is important.
And that insight is going to be so powerful for you to have and then to share with your clients, because it gives them a different way of viewing themselves. And in some cases, do you feel like it explains or verifies something for people? We know who we are, but maybe having someone say, this is who you are, and these are your amazing strengths. But with that strength can come these kind of weaknesses. And that's okay, because here's how you can pull up a different strength that you have or find a way to bridge the gap.
Absolutely. And it's especially helpful when you're in a business where you do have a team and you're working with multiple people, because knowing what personalities are working together, then you can create a really strong balance in your business.
I think there's some other ones, aren't there?
Yes, there's 8. So there's accumulator, which is the person that is wise with money, that wants to save. Their challenge is that they don't enough spend on themselves. They're missing that self-care a little bit. We have connector, which is someone who is all about the relationships. So networking is really important to connectors. There is the maverick, who is a little bit of the rebel and likes to take financial risks. So, but also some mavericks like the numbers. They want to look at the numbers and make sure they're making wise decisions. A celebrity wants to be seen, and the celebrity will spend a little bit extra to get the name brand. And challenge is that maybe they haven't been seen in the past. They want to be a little more visible. And then the ruler. Ruler wants to build an empire, make wise decisions, do all the things. And they're usually wise with money as well. Every archetype has challenges, so they all do, but just knowing what they are and how to work with them or avoid them is the key.
So I could see how knowing these could really help you figure out how to make more sound decisions in your business with how you spend your money and how you price your services and things like that.
I'm at the point now where I want to quiz every single person that I work with because, I just want to know. And it's really fascinating once you see that you're like, okay, so you're good at this. You might need help with this.
We did that using the Kolbe test. I don't know if you're familiar with Kolbe, but it also identifies like your strengths in different areas. And so with hiring, it's very common to give that test to employees. Most entrepreneurs, like you said, are probably alchemists or maybe mavericks. It's the same thing. Most with Kolbe, it helped us with our communication with each other. And that was huge as far as having a really healthy environment for working.
I do use a lot of I love all the personality stuff. So I use DISC and I use something called Bank.
Yeah.
And also the 16 personalities, Myers-Briggs, right? And the human design too. So like I incorporate all of that. And then with the Sacred Money Archetypes, it's like magical when you put them all together because it just goes so many layers deeper than just doing one. Yeah, if you want to take the quiz is free, and we're going to link that also. And once you do the quiz, I do private readings, which is what I'm offering right now.
We are so grateful that you came today, Heather. We love having you
for
here.
having me.
So thanks again, everyone. This is Jeanne Wilson and Kirsten Graham saying thanks so much for spending some time with us today.